This is a video all about performance anxiety that I've made in support of F-List's community of female musicians and their music career toolkit. I hope you find it useful. So what is performance anxiety? How does it show up? How does it manifest? And what can you do about it? Hi, I'm Hattie Volker from Find Your True Voice, and I'm a former barrister who now works with singers, actors, dancers, public speakers and performers of all varieties, showing them how to let go of their fears and start to really enjoy their performances so they can connect with their audience and produce what they know they're capable of producing. So, performance anxiety is your natural fear system, your natural defense system kicking into gear. And it can show up in all sorts of different ways, from shaking hands, legs, knees, shaking voice, panic attacks, racing heart, shortness of breath, to just not feeling able to put yourself out there at all. It can show up in so many different ways, and it can show up at any stage of someone's life or career. I've worked with people at the very early stages in their career, and I've worked with seasoned professionals for whom something has just kicked in and they can't understand what's happened. And it's all about the threat that you perceive, because when you perform, you put yourself out there to be judged. You know you will be judged, and that can feel like a threat, and the level of threat you put it at determines how you respond. So the way to let go of those nerves and start to enjoy again is to start to re-perspective yourself, your audience and your material, because when you develop a different perspective on all of that, you can change the level of threat you perceive when you put yourself out there to be judged. Now, I can't cover the whole of that today, but one thing I do want to talk to you about today is reperspectiving your audience, because it can be very easy to go out on stage and see your audience as this judgmental mass. They are going to thumbs up or thumbs down you. They are going to see through your facade and see that you really don't know what you're talking about or what you're doing. They're going to hear all your errors. And this can be especially bad when you're talking about an audition panel or something that can make or break your career, because then the stakes are higher. And when the stakes are higher, you will often put more pressure on yourself, which means your defense mechanism kicks into gear even more because it wants to keep you safe. It wants to fight, flee, or freeze so nothing can go wrong. But that doesn't help you as a performer. So if you can flip your perspective about your audience, it can really help this. Because, as I say, we often think of our audience as this judgmental mass. They will damn you en masse. But actually, they're a bunch of human beings who are there for a reason. So if it's an audience in a theatre, they're there to be entertained. If it's an audition panel, their job is actually to find someone to fulfill the role. They are wanting you to be good, because then they can do a good job. They will also be nervous about the job they are doing. They will be worrying about choosing the right person. In the same way, and in a bizarre way, your audience will be wanting to be a good audience. I don't know if you've ever felt this way, but when you've been in an audience and you're thinking, am I meant to clap now? Is this the right time to clap? And we as an audience want to be a good audience because we're thinking about us, not you. And one of the lovely things I think we can do as performers, no matter what your means of performance, is to think about how we can enhance the audience's day. Not how we can make them think good things about us, because that's trying to control someone's opinion of us. And that's almost impossible. But what you can do is think about how you can enhance their day. And if you think about how you can enhance their day, it flips your perspective so you're looking outwards. And what it does is it distracts you from the fears and concerns of how they are going to view you. Now, that's just one little snippet that I can share with you right now. Obviously, I have a whole program of this. But if you'd like a little bit more, and you'd like just in those 5 minutes before you go on stage to have an idea of what you can direct your attention to so that you can feel calmer and less overrun and hijacked by your nerves, I've got a free download on my website, findyourtruevoice.co.uk, and it will help you direct your thoughts in those 5 minutes just before you go on stage. I'm Hattie Volker from Find Your True Voice. Thank you for listening.